Startup Podcast PH is co-produced by Sprout Solutions and Aperon. Check out our partners in the description. Startup Podcast PH is at UC Into, University of Cordilleras Innovation and Technology Transfer Office, TBI here in UC in Baguio City, and we're interviewing Cordillera-based startups. We have Calamity, trailblazing innovation towards safer communities, and its founder, Sir Nathaniel Lubrica. Hello sir, kamusta kayo?
Okay naman. Good morning to everyone.
Ayun,
Yes,
I'm so happy andito ako ngayon sa Baguio City at andito tayo ngayon sa UC. Shout out sa UC Into office of course for allowing us to interview the startups na kanilang in-incubate So, ayun sir, wag na natin patagalin pa. Ano nga ba sir itong Calamity?
Calamity is a solution. Actually, it's a landslide early warning system.
Yes, sir. So, landslide, I mean, we're in the mountains kasi dito sa Benguet. Actually, the whole of Cordillera region, no? So, medyo may mountain province, Benguet, Ifugao, tama ba yung mga
Yes. Kalinga,
Kalinga,
Apayao.
Apayao, Abra, And I think, lalo na in the past few days, naapektuhan ng bagyo ang mga cities and communities here, Pero sir, can we know more about yung gravity or gaano ba kalala yung problema ng typhoons, especially ng landslides dito sa Baguio City and yung mga surrounding places, so maybe the whole Cordillera region?
Okay. Mountainous areas. Pero talagang it's a regular problem of mountainous areas na dominantly dito sa CAR, marami. But likewise also other regions. Like yung nangyari yung bagyo nga doon sa Batangas. May nangyari na landslides and so on. But as long as there's mountainous areas, the risk of landslide is higher. Lalo na ito nga yung scope ng innovation for Calamity, it are rain-induced. So which means kung may typhoon, may tubig, may ulan, then it causes landslides. So the early warning system is also based on that principle as well.
May iba na sir na onti How about kung earthquake pala? Earthquakes cause landslides din,
Yes. The sensor system has a way to capture also movement from earthquakes, but ang main focus ay rainfall and soil moisture, yung mga parameters na yan.
I see. So basically, para siyang may sensor system. So ito mga sensors na to, sir, parang naka-deploy, kumbaga all around the region, ganun.
Yes. In the study that we had, this project is, by the way, a product of DOST funding, So may pilot areas kami, and the pilot areas are within the BLIS. Yung BLIS is composed of Baguio, La Trinidad, Itogon, Sablan, Tuba, and Tublay. So parang Baguio and Metro Baguio. So in here we selected 6 pilot sites kasi ngayon may limitation lang tayo sa budget. So from here we selected the top sites kung saan siyempre sa isang munisipyo, one city, you have more than 10 landslide prone areas. So you need to assess alin sa mga yan ang highest ang risk. So we use a rapid risk assessment tool to be able to identify these areas and validate it with the Mines and Geosciences Bureau at saka yung LGU.
So bali sir, yung sa region nga that you mentioned, kumbaga meron mo initial research to know alin doon yung pinaka landslide prone, is that right?
Yes.
And then once you have identified those, you then deploy the sensors. And itong sensors na ito, they sense basically yung rainfall or water content. So how does the sensors work, sir? And how does it connect to the landslide? Kumbaga, how do they sense the landslide? How do they become an early warning?
Yes. Yung sensors are again connected to the principle or the concept that landslides are rain-induced. So which means that yan nga may rainfall tayo. Rainfall sensor. We have the soil moisture sensor. as well as the movement.
Hmm.
So from this, we were able to come up with an assembly. So nakita mo, those are the different sites
Wow.
where we installed these sensors. And the preliminary soil investigation is conducted, ano? So it means that it's place specific. Hindi yung
Hmm.
sasabihin natin na, okay, ah, municipality-wide and so on. So very strategic siya kasi pinag-aralan natin yung specific areas where the landslide-prone areas are located. So, yeah, may assembly tayo. As you can see, we have the combination of these different sensors in one strategic
Oh.
area of the landslide prone area.
Sir, just to ano 'no, kasi baka yung mga iba nakikinig lang ano, hindi nakikita yung mga pictures. Pero, ano yung kumbaga gaano kalaki yung sensor? Can you describe like yung itsura ng sensor and paano siya naka-attach sa lupa?
Okay, so there are generally four type of sensors that we were able to deploy. So one is for rainfall. Mga na to, yung tatlo ay portable, pwedeng hawakan ano. So you have the rainfall sensor as you can see here. Yan, okay. Yung parang the one na parang coil-like ano. Those are
Hmm.
for temperature.
Nakalabas siya
Temperature.
sa lupa sir or nakabaon sa lupa?
May nakalabas sa lupa, may nakabaon sa lupa.
Ah.
So, the rainfall and the temperature sensor, naka-expose siya, ano. So, yung sa soil moisture sensor, nakabaon siya,
Hmm.
including the inclinometer, ano. So, inclinometer are embedded in the ground, ano, to about 15 to 20 meters. So,
Oh.
nag-drill kami just to install this sensor as well.
Hmm.
So this system now works hand in hand with applications, mobile application, as well as website, or we call it backend, to now compose the early warning system.
Ah.
Yeah.
So yung sensor sir, basically meron siyang mga component to sense yun nga, yung water content and yung movement and andun din sa sensor yung parang computer. Meron ba siyang computer din dun sa sensor?
Yes. So it will detect data in real time, ano?
Hmm.
Itong systems na to in real time, and then it will now ibabato niya doon sa computer sa server. Then the
Ah.
back end has a design to now translate that data into information.
Oh.
So parang kumbaga naka-embed na yung gagawin ng system on how to translate this information
Hmm.
to an information that is now understandable by
Hmm.
DRM officers
Ah.
as well as the
Ang
community.
galing. Grabe, so this is ano sir, this is IoT actually. Kasi IoT
Yes.
kinakausap ng sensor na actually yung server and meron din siyang parang ano, AI part na rin dito kasi yung information tina-translate na siya nung project, nung program to interpretable insights for the office mismo ano. So,
Yes, yes, indeed. It gears also towards the direction that it becomes prescriptive analytics
analytics.
in the future.
Oh.
As at this stage kasi it's on the validation. We are on the
Mm.
validation stage. The LGUs are using it actually. It was also mentioned by Mayor Magalong also.
Hmm.
That is actually their basis of announcing evacuation, as well as yung
Ah.
the point of understanding amount of rainfall. Kasi walang access, real-time access ang LGUs natin
Ah.
on this data. That's what we found out. Okay, then we give them accounts for calamity, at saka on these accounts, you will see they can actually appreciate na, oh,
Hmm.
kung gato pala ang ulan, we are talking about 100 millimeters of
Mm.
rainfall.
Hmm.
So from there also, based on uh, simulation, models, and so on. So altogether, that composes yung warning kasi meron tayong threshold.
Hmm.
So iba-iba yung threshold natin based on location. So
Hmm.
hindi isa yung threshold according to parameters like rainfall, soil moisture, even the movement.
Mm.
The next phase of our study is really to uh, also research on yung movement. Ano yung critical na movement ng soil.
Hmm.
Meron kasing landslide that are sudden, landslide that are slow moving.
Hmm.
So kung kunyari, will 20 centimeters of lateral movement, will that be crucial already? So yung mga ganun. So
Hmm.
ilang sa kunang rainfall, medyo marami tayong threshold yan.
Oh.
So, and it's actually part of the early warning system.
Amazing. Actually, ang pinaka-crucial nga dito, sir, that you mentioned, yung real-time access ng information on the ground na nasasagap kaagad in real time ng office. So parang about the about the program, sir, parang may dashboard ba ito dun sa side ng office na nakikita nila real time yung mga parameters ng rainfall, yung moisture, yung movement, and then
Yes.
pag na-hit yung threshold, mag-a-alarm sa kanila, and then tsaka sila mag-a-announce ng evacuation, something like that.
Yes. Um, by using nga yung framework of customer discovery on the early stages of the project, yun yung what we have discovered na kailangan talaga.
Mm.
Iba-iba kasi the communication platform is different.
Mm.
Like sa ano ba, cellphone or ano. So what we're trying to solve also with this innovation is to have a common platform where you announce yung warning and evacuation
Hmm. Mm.
and relevant information regarding
Yes.
landslide.
Yes, and actually on a business sense, somehow kasi, sir, ang client niyo dito kumbaga 'di ba yung LGU, eh. So actually it's
Yes.
more cost efficient for them kasi kaysa they do guesses or kumbaga not guesses naman but they do kumbaga, mas informed na decision, it can actually save them even resources. I mean, even save lives actually So it's actually efficient then for the LGU to kumbaga to adopt this kind of program. I'm just curious pala, sir, paano yung nito, like yung battery and yung signal kasi nagwo-work siya on medyo mas malayong lugar Paano yung parang power niya and yung signal pag nagta-transfer ng data to the office?
Okay. One of the requirements that we have included in the criteria is the strength of signal. So talagang
Hmm.
very important that the site selected have signal because it's the one of the main modes of data transmission.
Hmm.
So talagang part siya, but in a way we have talked to these LGUs that if ever there's a failure in communication infrastructure and so on, part rin ng sustainability is to come up with other system, no? Yung para sa local na lalagyan ng siren, lalagyan ng
Yes.
so that if everything fails, meron pa rin local warning that goes to
Ah,
them.
speaking about that, I mean, before this innovation, paano nga ba nangyayari, sir, how do the LGUs kumbaga issue evacuation, or how do they announce and how do they decide kumbaga, and parang para din ma-highlight yung innovation that you're really bringing here?
Indeed, yung isang malaking value dito aside from having a real-time information is the informed decision as you
Mm.
mentioned a while back. Kasi way back then, mahirap like in a way that the response is mostly reactive. Na kung nangyari na,
I
okay, we will
see.
respond. And meron nga sinabi na risk-informed decision making. So this is one of the platforms that gives them exactly those scenarios, those good scenarios in decision making. Ano? So dito malalaman na talaga like how many percentage of how much the soil is the wetness of the soil and so on, and the rainfall is critical. So from there, they can use the platform already to
Mm.
issue the warning.
Hmm.
So hindi mo yung parang titignan mo lang yung data na okay, ready na ba? Dati kasi wala, eh. What I mean
Hmm.
is, we asked them also, these DRRM officers, na talaga it's difficult for them. Yung
Hmm.
parang titingnan siguro yung they will judge by how many days yung ulan,
Ah.
and of course, their knowledge of the place. Meron pa rin.
Mm.
But in a way, paano kung you're monitoring already 10 sites, that
Yeah.
will be difficult
Hmm.
to really decide on. So
Hmm.
which means that it will give you a wiser
Yes.
way of deploying
Hmm.
resources.
Yes, that's true. Actually, tama. First of all, yung kumbaga, to move on from being just reactive ano, na nagre-react lang na 'pag malakas na yung ulan or baka nag-landslide na, tsaka lang mag-e-evacuate. So now parang kumbaga we have a machine, we actually have a computer na ayun din matutulungan kumbaga efficiently na makapag-decide on many sites. Kasi kung tao lang 'yan and many sites 'yan, mahihirapan din mag-decide ano.
Hindi.
So kumbaga we're using a computer, we're using technology to efficiently and to more smartly decide kumbaga if possible ba na magkaroon ng landslide.
Uh, at the side of the DRM officers, that's one of the value adding
Yeah.
contributions of
Mm.
calamity. But on the side of the citizens, malaki rin
Mm.
kasi once they have the mobile app, they'll
Wow.
be able to also help monitor
Ah.
these landslides and report, as well as they can have a location aware uh, assessment of their potential risk of landslide. So
Oh.
parang kumbaga they have the mobile apps, yung mobile app talaga para sa citizens yun, for them to also contribute as well as be informed on evacuation, be informed of torrential rains and so on. So it's back to back
Ah.
way feedback system with the community.
Oh, ang galing. So, para pala siyang triangle. Merong side nung program, nung sensors, and then may side sa citizens, yung communities mismo, that they have an app, and then meron ding side sa LGU na they have a dashboard, something like that, to make informed decisions on whether to issue evacuations. And then nagpapasahan din sila ng data kasi yung
Yes,
para siya sa Waze din, na somehow na nabibigyan ng mga tao through the app ng information yung LGU to help them decide better.
indeed.
Para siyang crowdsourced na ano.
Yes, yeah. Yung isang component na important and unique on this system, because we now enable citizen science to come in,
Hmm.
so that aside from the awareness, they can also contribute on information that is important or validation
Hmm.
for that matter.
About the
So
mobile app, sir, so paano ba siya nagwo-work yung mobile app?
the mobile app is synced in the main system itself. Kaya kung merong warning that will be issued by the mayor, or should I say by the LGU, or evacuation orders by the mayor, then they will be updated. Pero
Hmm.
redundant siya kasi in a way we have incorporated also text
Ay, sa
blast.
text yung nakukuha ng mga
Yes, if ever nga mag-fail yung data,
mm.
meron pa ring mare-receive silang
Hmm.
messages through
Yes.
SMS.
How about, sir, yung parang data naman na nabibigay nung mga tao dun sa LGU, ano namang kind of data ito? Anong kind of information ito?
The information on warnings, and yung pinaka-importante is yung they will now have the evacuation, yung
Hmm.
mga yan.
Mm.
So we are on that stage. Actually, when we went to the LGUs, as you can see, we're already planning with the LGUs. Like itong ngayon sa Sablan.
Sablan.
Lately, we went to Itogon, then
Hmm.
Baguio. We meet with the DRR councils
Hmm.
kasi we need fund.
Hmm.
The funding period for calamity was already done.
Hmm.
So ngayon, we now see how committed the LGUs are. Committed naman sila
Yes, yeah.
kasi they believe in the technology and what value it can bring it to them and to
Hmm.
the citizen.
Hmm.
Yun, kaya na-incorporate sa budgeting nila yung
Hmm.
maintenance ng system, even the LGUs are also interested on expanding more to other sites. So
Hmm.
dadagdagan nila yung group of sensors as well as they're very positive
Ah,
in passing also the policy to sustain the project.
yeah. So this is like a B2G approach, business to government, or actually B2LGU approach. And then para siyang ano eh, once the LGU finds the value of installing this and it works for them, it saves more lives. First of all, it saves resources for them. And actually even sa ano eh, sa kumbaga yung efficiency ng work eh, kasi it will help them do more efficient work if you have
Yes,
this.
yes.
So sa kanila naman sa mga galing yung incentive to buy more kumbaga, or to purchase more
Indeed,
kasi
indeed.
kung useful sa kanila as an LGU, they can use it in their whole coverage, in their whole city or municipality. How about yung dashboard, sir? Meron ba tayong sample dyan kung paano siya nag-work yung dashboard, kung paano siya nakikita ng LGU?
Okay, there's actually a dashboard here. Okay, pakita ko lang ano.
Sige, ilipat lang natin sa dashboard.
This is already
Ayan.
the real-time dashboard of Calamity, wherein you can see here that we have the 6 sites. You can have the pull-down menu. Okay. So nakita nyo dyan like itong mga sensors natin. And also, of course, on the left pane, you have sensor monitoring, alert warnings, rapid risk assessment tools, landslide evacuation notices, landslide reports, landslide inventory, and so on. Ano? So dito, nakita nyo very clear na na like the status is LA-2.
Yung LA-2, yan na sir, yung parang ano, parang threshold na, kumbaga.
Okay, so it's actually a derivative of the two. Okay, of the two. And let's say dito tayo sa Baguio, ano? So in the last 24, yan, no? You can see that Kamumuko pa sa Baguio, it actually gives already Bravo moderate risk. So
Hmm.
this one is based also on the standard early warning system procedure. And ang kagandahan nito, we are working with the DILG on Operation Listo. The Operation Listo is we are drafting the rainfall early warning system protocol that includes this
Hmm.
technology. So
Ah.
DILG CAR, together with UC, MGB, the DRRM officers, we are now working hand in hand para kung ano, ibaba natin to sa LGU nationwide, they have already a protocol to adapt it. Okay?
Wait lang sir, ang DILG ba ang nagha-handle ng evacuations ng
They, they have the manual for the LGUs. Yung
okey.
mga operation list to actually, we have seen that they have manual protocols for flood,
Mm,
for earthquakes, and
mm,
so on, which actually serves as a guide for
mm,
LGUs. So,
mm,
parang ang nangyari nito, ang ganda ng timing, very God given yung timing ng
mm,
project. Kasi that the regional office of the LG was challenged by the national office to now come up with a protocol for rainfall induced landslide early warning system. So
hmm,
tama-tama, we have actually yung picture kanina na pinakita ko, we had we have conducted an FGD and workshop for Calamity that laid actually the groundworks for the protocol. So para
hmm.
kumbaga ang maganda niyan is that we introduce a system that is adaptable by all LGUs
Yes. At
nationwide.
saka ano, adaptable by all LGUs nationwide, and I think given the system, it can also mas madali yung kumbaga cross communication ng different offices, different
Indeed,
agencies
indeed.
actually.
Kung ang maganda nito, kung region ka, makikita mo rin nangyayari sa ibang lugar.
Oh.
What I mean is that, oh, may nangyari dito, merong landslide.
Mm,
You can also help, yung
mm,
neighboring
hmm,
LGUs. on what nakita nyo kasi sa platform mismo eh. So it's a platform also not for solely for the LGU, but also inter
Agency.
agency cooperation as well as inter LGU.
Yes, ang kinaganda dito sir kasi ano eh, kumbaga if dati tao pa yung mga mag-uusap pa ng mag-uusap, balikan pa ng balikan. Now, kumbaga nagiging communication media na rin yung ano eh, medium na rin yung parang data. Na if you have the data and pare-pares kayo na nakikita, you can decide na kumbaga and you can actually help pa, you can share
Yes.
resources, you can share your manpower if need pala ng ibang ano, even within cross agencies no, para mas madali na
Indeed.
mag-ano,
Oo.
somehow it fights kumbaga yung mga red tape kumbaga quote and quote na ano eh. So mas madali ang
That's
communication.
correct. Kasi yung MGB has access, OCD, DILG, yung malign agencies natin, even the provincial offices. And also, of course, the DRM units, the barangay. So just imagine kung isang platform, ang bilis talaga yung communication.
Yes.
So ito yung as you can see kanina, moderate risk siya. Na? So kung nakita yan ni it is based on two parameters, yung rainfall tapos yung soil, yung wetness ng soil at saka yung 24-hour rainfall. So you can see na may button na submit recommendation. Ang authorized lang na gagawin ng ang magbibigay ng submit recommendation are the DRRM Council. So it
Oh.
means here, kung na-prompt ka na ganyan, you are ready now to give recommendations to the mayor. So pag prines mo yan, there are options like sasabihin na preemptive evacuation ba, ganyan, o forced evacuation. So from there, only the mayor can give the final
Yes, sa mayor naman
decision.
nanggagaling yung
So may accountant si mayor. So kumbaga diyan na mangyayari lahat. Pag sinabi nga namin yung press button na yan ni mayor, pag press niya yan, it will activate the communication chains.
Oh, amazing. Okay. Ibalik natin sir dito no. Sir, itong mga rainfall, moisture, so nag-iiba-iba yan sir din real time yung mga numbers na yun?
Yes. Some of the sensors are 15 minutes set in different, but pwede actually ma-adjust yan as the LG will request kung gusto na every 10 minutes because it's recorded you can see dito yung pag
Ito
ganyan-ganyan
yung
yung
mas send na
rainfall.
ng sensors.
Yes. And it's recorded pati yung soil moisture
Oh,
and so
amazing.
on. So you can actually have a data kung it helps also LGUs LGUs are coming up with their plans like yung mga SIDRA, CLUP, LDRIM plans. This can help them kasi meron ka ng data that is now stored and you can actually put it in your analysis as well as your documentation.
Ayun. Grabe, ang galing.
Is payroll processing taking too much of your time? Introducing Sprout Payroll Starter. For as low as 5,000 pesos per month, you get a team of experts to help you with your payroll and HR needs. We'll help compute and process payroll, handle all your government compliance requirements, and automate timekeeping. Leave the payroll to us so you can focus on growing your business. Enjoy peace of mind with Sprout Payroll Starter.
Actually, ang amazing sir na na you've been doing this how do you call this system? Kasi siya eh, ang dami niyang components, may sensors, may communication channels, and kumbaga nag-uusap yung mga different programs So I think it's a whole system Can I know sir yung pinanggalingan pa nitong project na ito So you said this is a DOST funded research. So can you know more sir about the background of the project and of you then sir?
But actually it was my dream 10 years ago. Actually, na-disapprove pa
Oh.
at some point, ano. But there was a time that nag-open up rin on the concept, and I was glad, and thank you DOST for giving us the chance for this project, and of course UC and
Mm.
everyone who played a role on
Mm.
this project. It was given a chance. As a kasi yung background ko, I'm a civil engineer and
Oh.
environmental planner.
Here in
Um,
UC?
Yeah, graduated in SLU,
Okay.
and of course currently with the engineering department and research services office here in
In
UC.
UC.
So parang kasing sa background ko as civil, alam ko na yung characteristic ng soil. We call it geotechnical engineering. So may soil mechanics, we can compute actually before a landslide happens, what's the slip surface and so on. We have methods. At alam ko rin na very, very part of the failure of the soil rests on the saturation. So, by having that concept, naalala ko yon. Ngayon, I try to work it out. Also, my background in GIS, ano? So, yung sa Geographic Information System or Geomatics, I combined the two disciplines as well as my knowledge on WebGIS. Yan na yung mga IoT lalabas na, yung mga inspiration ko sa sensors and so on. And talagang gusto ko is yung sasabi na decision support system
Yeah, yes.
is something that helps everyone, right? To decide, to be aware. So, parang yun yung nasa mind ko talaga na merong early warning system.
Yeah.
Kasi dati noon talagang hanggang ngayon naman, there's a challenge in landslide early warning system kasi sabi nga noon 10 years ago or decades ago pa na you cannot actually, it's hard or impossible to predict a landslide. Ngayon masasabi ko na not totally. Kasi as long as you have the information, you have thresholds, you have people participating, we will beat this landslide. Ano? So, parang yung sabi ko na yung saving lives really and properties na in a way that
Yeah.
I'll be happy. Kasi ito yung goal ng project na to also pinpoint the hazard, the level of risk in the areas para safe.
Yeah.
Para safe tayo, lalo na pag tag-ulan. We have a community dito sa project na to na mas confident kami kung meron yan, sabi sa amin. Na talagang, it was there. It's an indigenous people area and so on. Na talagang taga doon sila. But they face this risk. Just imagine every day pag umuulan mo bagyo na hindi ka kampante.
Yeah.
But in a way with this system, it will now help them to be more confident, more informed. Pati naman si Mayor, mas confident si Mayor ngayon to say that, okay, we have a scientific basis to declare forced evacuation in an area. So, definitely it will help.
Actually, iba yun, sir, no? Kasi iba yung parang nakapagbigay ng somehow peace of mind. Although, it's a calamity, so mahirap magka-peace of mind. Pero somehow, mas may confidence kayo na tama yung gagawin mong decision. I think, kakaibang value yun for the people who are actually living in this kind of places. And for the LGU din, na parang mas panatag, mas magiging panatag ang loob nila na, I mean, I think kasi as a country like for the Philippines, isa ito sa mga pwede natin maging key innovations in the whole world Kasi kumbaga nasa harap tayo ng typhoons, ng earthquakes even. So parang tayo yung pwede mag-lead somehow ng ganitong research and ng ganitong innovations Kasi tayo yung nakaka-experience firsthand and frequently actually, unfortunately. Pero tayo din yung pwedeng maging resilient actually if given the right resources, we develop the right innovation, the right technology, we can actually lead the whole country, the whole world actually even in this kind of disaster mitigation and reduction effort.
That's true. it is applicable not only in the Philippines.
Mm.
We saw the potential market sa Asia,
Yes,
also
yes.
yeah, globally, ano?
Yes.
Kasi in a way that um, it addresses, local context. Mas accurate talaga siya na early warning system.
Mm.
So, in a way, it works as a system.
Mm.
Hindi natin sasabi na you can solely say that 100% na accountable yung system. No, 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 no. It's up to you. It's your call as DRRM. Kung nakita nyo yung
Mm.
saturation level, it reaches this or before pa mag-red, yung yellow na yan, actually mag-red yan. So you can
Oh.
see na 62.37% yung soil, hindi nga masyadong umuulan,
Mm.
pero basa yung soil. So
Oh.
those are dual criteria that we're using. Very, kasi, from here, makikita na nila yung, if this becomes orange, mas mataas yan. This
Oh.
become green, yellow, orange,
Oh.
red. Kung naging red yan, yan na. Will you decide that it becomes red or
Oh.
nasa orange pa lang yun now?
Mm.
Yun kasi, that's how we beat this landslide.
Yeah.
So, we should be step ahead. The information is available. So which means it's up to you as a decision maker
Mm.
to make the call. Ganun yung system eh.
Yeah.
Kaya hindi mo sasabing solely na hindi inaccurate kasi yung yung
Mm.
percentages dito and so
Mm.
on. But this actually measures what is already on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a decision support system, DSS. I'm curious, sir, again sa story, So this was, you've mentioned na parang 10 years ago, parang medyo naisip na to, So has this been your research all along? And then how did it happen na finally you made the jump to actually make the whole program, the whole system?
Yung kagandahan niya during the call a few years back, available na yung mga technologies eh.
Mm.
I can just imagine kasi 10 years ago, a decade ago, hindi pa ganun kaano yung sa geomatics eh. The industry is still in its way up. Ngayon kasi, just imagine meron ng LiDAR technology.
Yeah. Mm.
Meron ng open source satellite images. So you have more manufacturers of sensors compared decade ago. So parang mas ready na tayo ngayon, kumbaga.
Yeah, I mean the hardware I mean nag-e-enable lang din yung hardware at software. I mean meron din silang kumbaga as one develops, the other develops. And then dadating yung time na perfect na kaya nang i-handle din ng hardware yung ganitong klase ng software, ng ganitong klase ng program. Now, andito tayo ngayon sir sa na office ng UC, so University of Cordilleras Innovation and Technology Transfer Office, TBI here in UC in Baguio City since 2019. Actually, isa sa mga pinakaunang set ng TBIs. But,
Indeed.
ayun naman sir, so how did you go to this program and then kamusta naman sir ang program dito?
Yeah. Actually, our office also works hand in hand with INTO. Like si Vanessa is member of the team also. We had that opportunity actually to undergo a training on the OST called Sprint, So yung Sprint na yan is a program to enable, scientists to become entrepreneurs and also to discover the value of the technology you're developing. Somehow I learned here na kasi usual nangyari sa mga mostly sa mga DOST projects, they end up giving the goal and so on. Wow, tapos and so on. But after that commercialization, hindi na nila iniisip yun. But in a way, when we underwent that program with the RITTD of DOSCP shirt, it gave us a better perspective kasi ganun pala eh. You should know your customer.
Yes.
Then ano yung mga pain points, ano yung mga needs nila. Pabaliktad pala. parang pabaliktad na in a way that mauna ka muna doon. Ano ba talagang features ng
Mm.
system that you need to work on?
Mm.
Kasi yun pala yun eh. So from there, we were able to calibrate the calamity system. Tama-tama yung part rin na nandun kami sa development of features that we underwent the program with Sprint with LaSalle and
Mm.
Ateneo. Maganda. Kasi in a way, yun pa rin value proposition.
Yeah.
We have a value proposition for our product. And mas ready kami to say on a
Mm.
larger scale, confident on a larger scale, how our project will be commercialized. Hindi lang commercialized how will it give value
Yes, exactly.
to our end users.
Yes. What do you think about that, sir? No? Kasi yung, as you've said, parang scientists na turned entrepreneurs. Kasi it's true, sometimes our innovation, our research, I mean, of course, kumbaga, nag-effort tayo and maganda actually yung research. It's actually it's actually working, it's actually good. But at the end of the day, I mean, in order for people to actually use it should have value for them. So I think yun yung important na transition din. Not all naman. Some scientists are, I mean, kumbaga hindi lahat naman is applicable to be commercialized, pero like for this kind of projects, of these systems, yung commercialization actually hindi naman siya parang about the commercial, about the money. It's also about giving value. And then since may value ito, yung LGUs nga or yung customers kumbaga ng project, sila na mismo yung kumbaga they will market it themselves and they will use it themselves and they will kumbaga expand the coverage themselves, so what do you think about that, sir? Yung parang transition ng mga scientists and researchers to entrepreneurs?
Dapat meron talagang background ng mga scientists. Way back then is a dichotomy of is either you be the scientist, the technical person, or the entrepreneur. Pero nakita ko na hindi pala dapat. It can be rolled into one. You should be able to appreciate entrepreneurship as well. Kasi saan mag-end up yung innovation mo, di ba? And also, I have seen the challenges, no? When we go to the sustainability aspect of the project,
Yes,
how
exactly.
will you sell the idea again? And of course, nandiyan na naka-install. In some sensors here, may malfunctioning that we need to attend to. So, it's part of the how you also again convince the council na
Yes.
nakita nga nila 3.5 yung buong set, then 250K for what? For max minimum for yearly maintenance. So willing naman sila. Nakita namin na for them to they need to appreciate
Yeah.
yung value na binibigay mo so that pag minsan kasi kung na-appreciate na yung value, pag minsan hindi na pinapansin hindi na effort natin yung cost.
Yes,
What I mean is parang
actually.
grabe yung naging impact ng technology na to. So we want more, ganun. Sana, yun yung gusto namin mangyari. And I feel na nangyayari naman when we met the councils, they already want to have expansion sites. Itatanong nila, gusto mag-install sa site na to ng isang set. So parang every year, just imagine, every year, may maintenance. Every year, they can expand. So they're up to it.
Yeah. Actually, yun naman yung kahalagahan nga ng commercialization para yung mga innovation ay hindi kumbaga fino-force somehow sa mga tao. Sila mismo yung mako-convince na gamitin ito. And tama yung sabi mo, sir, it's about the sustainability of use for them. Kasi pasok sa budget nila, kaya nilang i-purchase, i-procure, tsaka when they procure it, there's value. Kumbaga they gain more out of it, out of the money they use. So it's actually useful for them. And I think that's how we make, in general, research and innovation more useful to the people.
Indeed. Na siguro something na na-observe ko, magkakaiba rin on the LGUs. It depends also on their level of what level of municipality. Di ba? May iba-iba levels yan. So, iba-ibang perspective rin. But in general, I can say they have the full support for the sustainability, and we're looking forward really to expansion, the expansion of and the spin-off of Calamity.
Yeah, ayun sir. Speaking of that, final question na lang ano. So ano nga ba yung parang future plan or maybe vision pa 5 years, 10 years pa for Calamity?
First and foremost is sustaining it with our current partners, our pilot sites, and expanding it. Yan na kasama yung spin-off. Plan for us to spin off Calamity to service also areas, critical areas here in the Cordilleras, then expand to other mountainous regions. Marami rin eh. Like Batangas, ang rami pala. Like Zambales, even Bukidnon, our mountainous areas. Marami. I think every province may mountainous area, every province. And also to expand it not only to LGUs, but there are utility industries like that needs it. Line agencies like DPWH, yung mga yan. Siyempre yung they're protecting critical infrastructure, critical lines for electricity, road, water. So, I think expand natin doon so that they can avail also of this technology to protect lifeline infrastructures.
So buong Pilipinas, maraming bundok sa Pilipinas at maraming communities ang naninirahan malapit sa bundok sa buong Pilipinas. Even sa Metro Manila, NCR, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, that's true.
Antipolo, di ba?
Antipolo, yes, Rizal, yes.
Puro bundok rin yan.
Yes.
Rizal.
I think kasi Philippines were also made of, parang tawag dito, yung nagkakabundok pag nasa tectonic plates, yung mga ring of fire. So, I mean, it's a geographic characteristic then of the Philippines. And, yun nga, maraming cities actually ang natayo, kumbaga, near rivers and actually near mountains din. So, ayun sir, thank you so much again for this conversation.
Thank you.
Personally, ang dami kong natutunan actually about landslides, and actually nakaka-inspire sir, to be honest, that you're doing this. And sana nga buong Pilipinas, different offices even of the government, and maybe kung sino man ang magagamit ng ganito. So I think this is a very interesting and very useful actually na program or na system for the whole nation. So if our listeners pala sir want to find out more information about you or maybe even about Calamity, so how can they contact you or find more information?
We have a Facebook page, Project Calamity, so you can like it. Then from there you can contact us from that site as well.
Okay, I link those na lang din below. I link the Facebook page, and you can find Sir Nathaniel Lubrica din, maybe in LinkedIn or wherever.
Meron sa LinkedIn, sa ResearchGate, pwede rin sa Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yung full name ko lang, you can add me.
Okay, ayun. So, thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Asa.
Thank you very much to our 50 patrons. This episode is super powered by AskLex PH Academy, our official e-learning partner. Get certifications on Lean Six Sigma, project management, data science, and more. 1. CFO services, bookkeeping and tax, and payroll processing for startups and small businesses. Tuala, privacy-focused digital experience for sharing identity information across Web 2 and Web 3 ecosystems. Better Support, a Manila-based BPO company. They are offering a referral program for anyone who can bring in new BPO clients. If you know any Western-based business that might have a need, let us know. Britanna, a cloud-based enterprise-grade ERP solution that fits the small and medium business budget. Fail Coach, business training, coaching, and consulting for startups and SMEs that are scaling or finding product market fit. Wonder Brand, next generation data science-driven brand strategy and design company for emerging markets. School Tech, all-in-one AI-integrated school and learning management system for small and medium schools. Doon, Philippines' first fully insured peer-to-peer car sharing marketplace. East Point Business Outsourcing Services, the one-stop shop for streamlined business solutions for MSMEs such as business registration, bookkeeping, and more. And Space Cebu, global co-working space, private office, and meeting rooms for startups, digital nomads, and freelancers. Mamiki Super Pet App, the Philippines' first ever one-stop mobile app for pet products and services. MarketMind Local, a digital marketing company focused in helping small and medium businesses. Mata Technologies, Philippines' premier provider of virtual tours and maps for LGU's real estate, tourism, and private businesses. Hire Business Solutions, provider of the most configurable cloud-based payroll system in the Philippines. Smile, consent-driven digital employment verification service to make smarter decisions faster. Divico Technologies, IT solutions specializing in software development, blockchain smart contracts, digital wallets, and cybersecurity. Drive Manila, PH largest peer-to-peer car rental community community. Ignite Careers, career matching platform for Filipino talents and hiring companies in the outsourcing industry. Looking for buy and sell online with Sigurado sellers. NutriCoach, personalized nutrition and weight loss programs for you. Benjoy's Food Products, the home of premium bacon ends, tapa, and tocino. This episode is powered by Contact RFID Business Cards, Dohe Philippines, Edfolio, Hive Rooms, Kazam, Codesham, Jure.ph, Big Giant Games, Founders Launchpad, Packetworks, Uplift Codecamp, Pareto Consulting, Agile Data Solutions, Hassel PH, Board Prep, Zales, Sirius MD, Pahatid PH. Please support the podcast through the links in the description.